A buffalo is strong enough to break branches, shove through thorn bushes, and stand its ground against danger. But on its own skin, a much smaller enemy is winning. Ticks gather around the ears. They hide near the nostrils. They cling inside folds of skin where horns, hooves, and muscle cannot reach. The buffalo rubs against trees. It rolls in dust. It lowers its body into mud and water, trying to quiet the irritation. But some places are still impossible to clean alone, and that is why a tiny bird can become important to one of the strongest animals on the savanna. At first, the buffalo looks angry. Its head drops low. Its shoulders press forward. Its heavy body drives against the rough side of a tree, scraping bark, dust, and dry skin into the air. But this is not rage. It is discomfort. Across the buffalo's body, tiny parasites are holding on. Some are buried in the warm folds around the ears. Some cling near the nose. Others hide along the neck, shoulders, belly, and back, where thick skin creates shelter from teeth, horns, and hooves. A buffalo can face lions. It can push through thorn scrub. It can move like a dark wall across the grass, but it cannot turn around and clean every inch of its own body. That is the problem. The enemy is not large enough to fight in the usual way. It does not run at the buffalo. It does not roar. It does not stand in front of the horns. It simply stays attached. One tick is small, but many ticks can become a burden. They irritate the skin. They feed quietly. They gather in places that are warm, protected, and difficult to reach. And for a large animal living under the sun, even a tiny discomfort can shape the rhythm of an entire day. So the buffalo fights back with the tools it has: pressure, dust, mud, water, movement. The tree becomes the first weapon. The buffalo leans its body into the trunk and pushes. Its neck scrapes against the bark. Its shoulder rubs hard enough to shake loose dry mud. Its head twists from side to side, trying to reach the places where irritation keeps returning. For a moment, the rough bark can do what the buffalo cannot. It can scratch. It can scrape. It can press into folds of skin and loosen what clings there. But a tree is a rough tool. It cannot reach behind every ear. It cannot search carefully around the nostrils. It cannot separate a hidden tick from a crease of skin. The buffalo moves away, but the problem is not gone. So it tries another answer: dust. The animal lowers its heavy body into the dry ground. It turns, rolls, and throws pale savanna dust across its back. The air fills with powder. Its dark hide disappears beneath a rough coat of earth. To human eyes, it may look almost wild, even desperate. But this is a practical behavior. Dust can dry the skin. It can disturb biting insects. It can coat places that are difficult to scratch. It may bring temporary relief to a body that has been irritated for hours. The buffalo rises again, carrying a new layer of dust over the old layer of parasites. Some insects may be disturbed. Some may be shaken loose, but others remain. They are too small, too hidden, too well placed, and the buffalo is still carrying them. By the heat of the day, water becomes more than a place to drink. The buffalo steps toward a muddy pool, lowers its head, and moves into the wet earth. Mud climbs over its legs. Water touches the belly. The surface ripples around the massive body. Here, the buffalo can cool itself. It can soften the heat on its skin. It can cover its body in mud, creating a temporary barrier against flies, biting insects, and the burning sun. For a while, the mud helps. It clings to the skin. It fills cracks and folds. It dries into a shield that can make life harder for some tiny attackers. But mud is not a perfect cure. When it cracks, the insects return. When it falls away, the old places are exposed again. Around the ears, near the nose, and deep inside the folds of skin, The buffalo still has places it cannot clean, with dust, bark, or water. And that is where the birds arrive. Small oxpeckers land on the buffalo's back with the confidence of animals that know exactly what they are looking for. They walk across the hide like tiny inspectors. One steps toward the shoulder. Another moves near the ear. A third searches along the folds of the neck, where ticks and small insects are hidden from the buffalo itself. To the buffalo, the birds may bring relief. To the birds, the buffalo is covered in food. This is the strange bargain. The buffalo provides a living surface full of tiny meals. The oxpeckers provide something the buffalo cannot do alone: careful searching, light movement, and a beak small enough to reach into difficult places. The same parasites that torment the buffalo become breakfast for the birds. The same folds that protect the ticks become hunting grounds for the oxpeckers. For a moment, the arrangement looks perfect. A giant gets cleaned. A bird gets fed. But nature rarely makes anything that simple. Oxpeckers are not doctors. They are not gentle nurses moving from patient to patient out of kindness. They are birds trying to survive. Their beaks search for food. Their eyes look for opportunity. If ticks are there, they may take them. If insects gather in a fold of skin, they may pick through them. If the buffalo stands still long enough, the birds keep working. But the line between cleaning and irritation can become thin. In some cases, oxpeckers may also peck around sensitive skin, old wounds, or moist areas where they can find more to eat. The same bird that removes parasites can sometimes become another source of discomfort. The buffalo does not need to understand the relationship. It only needs to respond. If the bird removes irritation, the buffalo may tolerate it. If the bird pecks too hard, the skin may twitch, the ear may flick, the shoulder may shake, the buffalo may move, forcing the tiny passenger to hop aside or take off. Then, after a moment, the bird may return, because for the oxpecker, the risk is worth it. A buffalo is not stable ground. It breathes, it walks, it shakes, it rolls. It can turn a calm feeding place into a moving mountain in an instant. But it is also a rich feeding ground, and for a small bird, that can be enough. This is why the relationship is so fascinating. The buffalo is powerful, but not complete. The bird is tiny, but not powerless. The ticks are almost invisible, but they can change the behavior of a giant. In the wild, size does not decide everything. A lion may test the strength of a herd. A drought may test endurance. But parasites test patience. They work slowly, quietly, repeatedly. They turn ears into battlefields. They turn skin folds into hiding places. They turn an ordinary day into a struggle of rubbing, rolling, shaking, and searching for relief. And in that struggle, a tiny bird finds its place. Not as a hero, not as a friend, but as another survivor drawn to the same problem. The buffalo wants relief. The bird wants food. The parasites want to hold on. And somewhere between those needs, a hidden bond forms. By evening, the buffalo stands in the fading light. Dust clings to its side. Mud dries along its legs. Its ears flick at the last small irritations of the day. On its back, an oxpecker keeps moving. Step by step, fold by fold,
The buffalo
searching for the tiny life that the giant cannot reach. The buffalo may be one of the strongest animals on the savanna, but even strength has blind spots. And sometimes, survival depends on the creatures small enough to find them.